Alright guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make drop shot and a rapid fire. I have really big buttons because I prefer the bigger ones. If you want bigger ones, you're going to have to kind of drill out the inside of your controllers in these middle parts right here and take your vibrators out, whatever. And if you don't like big buttons, you can order these smaller ones off of line. They're very small and petite, a lot harder to work with. You're going to need wire, you might need the tape, you might need pliers, scissors, solder, soldering gun, mine's very terrible, and you're going to need an X-Acto knife. Oh, and also a T9 security torque screwdriver. The T9 torque is a star shape, and the security is because that little hole in the screws, they have these little, I don't know if you can see it, but in the middle there's that little circle piece in the middle. If you can't get a security, you can just pop those out with a little screwdriver, or if you can't even get a torque screwdriver, you can just break it out with a small screwdriver and use a flathead to open it. I've heard that works. I'm not really sure. What you're going to do is you're going to want to tape these buttons down, because when you take it off, your buttons will fall off and it's a pain in the ass to get them back on. Take your battery pack out, of course. Sorry to mention that. Now before you take your whole controller apart, in order for this mod to work, if you take your pack off, down there it says TP3 in that little area. If yours says TP4 or something different, it will not work. It's usually the older model controllers that have TP3, and those are the ones you're able to mod. I've already taken my screws out because it takes way too much time, and I don't know, I thought it'd be better for y'all so you don't have to wait. After you take your screws out, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's under a barcode. 5, 6, 7. Make sure you keep them, don't lose them. Okay, now you want to just peel this case off. Like that. Buttons stay on. Move that aside. Take your analog sticks. These make your able to touch the buttons and make them work. Mine are all cut up because, like I said, it's my practice controller. You don't really need to. I just did that so I can fit my wires in properly. Take your analog sticks off. You don't want to burn them with a soldering iron. Alright, let's see. Plug your battery pack in. See, I have one of these little pieces cut off. You can just use a whole pad, but it's just so I could turn my controller on like so. Alright, now you're going to take your wire, you're going to cut a little piece. You're going to have to figure out the length, you know. I already have a piece cut because I don't plan on I don't know, I just had it cut already, don't listen to me. Now for your rapid fire, you're going to need to, it's these little pieces, these 3 prongs right here. Sorry, it's 3 prongs. It's this middle one. You're going to want to connect a wire to this, and then from there it's going to go into your button, and the other side of your button is going to go to your left side of your LED right here. Now unplug it again. There's little metal right there on the left side of your LED. You want to solder it right there to that. It's kind of hard to solder it to the LEDs, but once you get it, it'll work perfectly fine. Alright, now I'm not going to actually solder everything together because I already have it and I don't feel like doing it again. It's a fucking pain in the ass. But what you're gonna do is for your drop shot button, as you can see, like this one, I already have a little scratched off because I used to play Halo and it was my jetpack button because I used to play a different setting than everyone else. But you're gonna take your B button, and it has this little black tar on it, and you just want to scrape that off with your X-Acto knife. You don't want to mess the board up. You don't want to scrape all of it off, just scrape a little bit. and then you go to the top, just do the same thing. Now when you do this, it's just as simple as this. When you touch these two sides together like that, it'll hit your B button for you. But the thing is you're gonna have to, one side's gonna solder to this part right here, the top piece, and the other part's gonna solder to this. Like one wire to this, to your button, then another piece goes to your button, and then goes to this side right here. And when you tap the button, it clicks both of them, makes you drop. I put mine on this side, so all this little plastic for the big buttons, all these plastic pieces, I just got like a Dremel and kind of carved it all out. They're not really needed. Like you can see, there's my big ass hole because this was my ugly controller. I learned how to make it a little prettier though. But what I did is I soldered my wires right here and right here. And to do this, you're probably going to want to put solder on it first, and then put solder on your gun, and then solder the wire, because if you just put the wire on, it won't really stick. You got to kind of scrape that off to get the solder to stick to that, and then do the wire. Do one wire through there, and I can't pull it all the way back from my controller under the chip right here, and then came in this side, and same thing, went right here under my chip, came out right here, connected it to a button, Dremel a little hole right here, pop your button out, right there, drop shot. And your LEDs, what I did is, there's like this little tunnel that goes all the way down right here underneath, and I'd solder it to my LED, and it would come right here above, like, it has to go behind this, this is your LB button, it has to go behind that, but you don't want it to fuck up your select button, so it has to go, and it goes right through there, next to your left trigger, and it'll come out through here. And then you want to bring it down through here, and you can see, like I'll show you in a minute, you can see it goes right in front of these little springs that connect to your battery pack, and then it'll come out here. And then you just take your other wire, connect it right here to that middle prong, bring it here, and then connect it to that button. You'll have both of them set. And like I said, there's my bulb, yeah, drop shot, rapid fire. And then you can see my wires going through right here. You have to get them just right so it won't mess up your buttons. Now a thing, I only use my drop shot button as my B, but if you want to use your B and your drop shot button, see, like I put it there and the wires make it a little bit, you have to push your actual B button a little bit harder. It still works. But if you don't want to do that, these little holes right there and right there, those also connect to the B button, so you can plug that into that instead of actually soldering it to there. And just to show you that this actually works, hold on, I'm probably gonna have to undo this whole ghetto rig shit I have going on recording, but I'm on Call of Duty right now. I'm changing classes so I can show you that this works. Now hold up. Alright, hold on. Give me a second. There's Call of Duty up there. Let's get this controller. Now, all you're gonna do is LED. Touch your LED to your hold on, let me see if I can kind of rig this up. LED is gonna touch that little prong, and you're gonna hear it in the background. And then these two right here, the B, that makes you drop up and down. Hold on. Let's see if I can kind of, I don't know. I don't really know how to show you. Unplug. Let's see.